Hello everyone, welcome back. Let's finish Alan's Roots, Chapter 7, on his feelings. Let's get on with it so we can find out what happens. The last episode did not leave us with any CGs, it did not leave us with any romance. It just struck out. So hopefully this was better. I am excited. Oh yeah, I forgot that something exploded as they were talking.
わからないが、ただごとじゃないな。とにかくここで救援は呼べたんだ。急いでノーディンコを探しに行くぞ。
さっきカタリナもそんなことを言っていたけど、うちの国の宰相様を探しているの？
ああ、この船はソルシエ石だからな。クイードの要人に何かあったらまずいだろう。船内を逃げ回っているって話だし、この騒ぎに巻き込まれてなきゃいいんだが。
Rosie knows something.
まさか。いや、でも。
なんだ、何か気づいたのか？
あ、いえ、その。
Does he know who Rosie is? Ral looks over at the shelf where he said it should have been perfume bottles lined up. He explains what he was just realized.
香水はアルコールと香料を混ぜて作られますので、使い方次第では爆発を起こすこともできるのではと思ってしまい。アルコールは引火性がありますし。
Okay, so it doesn't have anything to do with Rosie.
では、先ほどの爆発は閣下が。
もしくはこの部屋に香水瓶があると気づいた誰かが。
つまりどっちにしろ俺たち以外にも派手に動き回って海賊に抵抗している奴がいるってわけか。
I'm super curious, Rosie. You're gonna have us guessing until your root, aren't you? Wow, things are heating up. I hope everyone is safe.
とにかくどこで爆発があったのか確かめるために一旦部屋を出るぞ。
はい。
We go into the hallway and can smell something burning from afar. Smoke starts to pollute the air, and I begin to realize that this explosion is serious. Well, yeah.
あっちはジオルドたちが閉じ込められている部屋の方角だな。
Uh-oh. There's going to be a save before the second.
じゃあまさかみんなが巻き込まれてるんじゃ。
わからん。とにかく一旦俺はあいつらの様子を見てくる。
いや、ここは俺に任せて。アラン様たちは安全な場所に。
安全な場所なんてどこにもないだろう。それよりジオルドたちが心配だ。
Also, why would we leave it up to a suspicious character that just keeps silent all the time?
私も行くわ。私も。
そうですね。全員で行きましょ
う。わかりました。
行くぞ。
It's like, fine, whatever. Let's go. We all start to run, but...
お前たち抜け出したと思ったらここにいたのか。
We don't have time for you. Crap, the pirates found us.
まか悪いな。
I know, right? We don't have time for you.
というか今のはお前たちが起こした爆発じゃないのか。
No.
他の乗客の状況も分かってないってのに船の上で爆破なんかするわけないだろ。それより一体どこで爆発か。
Just then, from the direction of the smoke, a few pirates frantically run toward us.
おい、水だ。水持ってこい。
Where is Silva?
早く火を消せ。
火事になっているようですね。
That's not good.
そんな。
Oh, I bet you it's Lord Seth that did this because in Keith's Fruit he also blew up the ship as a distraction. But I wonder if they're at sea or if they're at the island.
俺は消火道具を取ってきます。こういう時のための道具があったはずですから。
ああ、頼んだ。
Frederick quickly runs off to get the fire extinguisher. All the while, the smell of smoke intensifies. I look around to see if there's anything I can do. What can I do? I wish I could help with something. I am looking around with Alan calls out to a pirate nearby.
おい、火を消すんだろ。俺も手伝う。
は？いや、でもあんたたちは大切な人質だし、部屋に引っ込んでいた方が。
人命第一だろ。下手をすれば船ごと沈むんじゃないのか。
Yeah, don't let it sink. Oh,
王子様の言う通りだな。
he's gonna say yo.
シルバ
There stood one of the potential secret characters from the fan disc Sila. Oh no, I haven't found out his weakness yet. Oh my gosh. Encountering him here, I feel like some sort of doom flag is raised somehow. I can't help but duck and try to turn around when Alan grabs my arm.
ってお前どこ行くつもりだ。
She's scared, she's running away.
だって破滅フラグが
Oh my gosh.
落ち着け。気持ちはわかるが、今ははぐれている場合じゃないだろう。
It's like, she's like the doom flag. I understand that you think we're doomed, but it's not time to leave. He's right. I want to stay far away from Silva, but this wasn't the time to be wandering around.
たく、部屋にいないからって慌てて探してたらこんなところにいるんだもんな。言っとくが今は。ああ、わかってる。
To break shoes.
一時休戦ってわけだ。俺らもお前らをどうこうはしねえよ。爆破した犯人探しはこの後だ。消火を頼めるか。ああ、頼まれなくてもそのつもりだ。藤井、悪いが力を貸してくれ。
I just realized you have to go get a fire extinguisher and you have like 2 water magic users right there.
もちろんですわ。では行きましょう。
But he's upset that he can't help. Ooh, that's a lot of fire. Dang.
思ったより炎の勢いがすごいな。こうなったら俺も魔法を使うしかないか。
Yeah, don't hold back when there's a fire on this ship. Use your magic.
いけません、アラン様。私、王族の力は
Oh
秘
my
匿される
gosh.
べきだとお聞きしておりますわ。
He's putting out a fire. He's not combating with it.
ここには他国の人間もおります。王族が他国の人間の前で魔法を使うなど。
It's like it's a secret that they have magic.
国民を守るためだ。いざという時に守れないようじゃ王族でいる意味がないだろう。
There you go. Seeing Alan act like the prince he is makes my heart ache. Oh. Huh? The Alan I know is great with music. He's a dunce and doesn't like to socialize much. He also laughs often. He laughs very funny like. Ever since the whole pirate thing, Alan has been focusing his energy to do what's best for his kingdom and his people. It's finally sinking in that he really is part of the royal family. Well, I thought I had known, but why do I feel suddenly lonely? You're gonna trade one prince for the other, that's why.
それに大丈夫だ。夫人の魔法を少し補助して消化する程度にとどめる。そうすれば他の者には夫人が魔法を使っているようにしか見えないはずだ。
そうでしょうか。でも
何より人の命より大事なものなんてないんだ。
No.
アラン様。ええ、そうですね。わかりましたわ。
Liliana immediately raises her hand and uses her magic. Water begins to push towards the flames. Alan discreetly blends his magic with hers. The water becomes increasingly more powerful.
すげえ。
The pirates are in awe.
これが魔法なのか。
すごい。
The fire is getting extinguished. Claps can be heard all around. I can hear Ryle, who is standing next to me, let out a sigh of relief.
ああ、本当に
Oh.
二人とも素晴らしい。私にはどうしたってできないことだ。やはりアラン様もリリアナも私と違って選ばれた人間なのだな。
え？それは違うと思いますが。
え？違うとはどういう意味ですか？
なんて言うんでしょう。私もうまくは言えないんですが。
She's gonna charm him like she charmed Alan by saying, "It's a matter of what you are suited for." Ryle's surprised as I try to look for the right words.
私も魔力はほんのちょっとしかないので、大きな魔力が使えるのはすごいなって思うんです。でもそれよりもすごいのは、魔力をきちんと使えるように勉強してきたことの方かなって。
勉強ですか？
魔法を使うための魔力のコントロールは一朝一夕では身につかないと思うんです。魔力がちょっとしかない私でも苦戦しているので、きっと魔力が大きければ大きいほど苦労と努力が必要なんだろうなって思って。
I know for a fact that Keith worries about his powers going awry because I've seen it. He studies hard to control them. So?
ライル様が努力をなさってきたのと同じかなって。
え？
Oh no, was that out of the blue? Oh.
そのですね、つまり最初から大きな魔力を持っていることが特別なんじゃなくて、それを使いこなす努力ができる人が特別なんじゃないかなって思ったんです。
Same goes for Alan's musical talents. Because he put in the effort to study magic and worked hard, he is now called a music prodigy. He's nothing like the game counterpart. This is the result of his hard work.
私、ライル様のやってきた商売の話を聞いたとき、すごいなって思ったんですよ。いつか私も国外追放されたときは見習おうと思って。
Randomly, if I were exiled.
国外追放
It's like, what are you talking about?
化粧品とかそういった商品をうまく取り扱って若手実業家だって話題になるぐらい成功を収めているじゃないですか。
She's like ignoring it.
そうした実業家としての才能もアラン様やリリアナ様の魔力のように得難いもので、私から見たらとても立派だと思うんです。
だが私にはリリアナと並ぶ資格が。
いや、リリアナ様と並んだって全く見劣りしませんって。むしろお似合いだと思いますよ。だから2人が選ばれた人間だって言うなら、ライル様も十分選ばれていると思いますし、私からは特別だって感じます。だから3人ともそれぞれ良さは違うけれど、みんなすごいんじゃないかなって。
I hear the sound of gushing water disappear. The fire has been completely extinguished.
なんとか消えたか。
Success music.
これで大丈夫ですわ。
はは、さすがだな。ああ、助かった。ありがとな、ジョーちゃん。
Girly.
お役に立ててよかったですわ。まあ、ジョーちゃんと呼ばれるような年ではないのですけれど。
Alright, seems like no one noticed that Alan used his magic. Since royal family isn't supposed to use magic, I'm relieved that he wasn't caught. Compliment.
アラン様もお疲れ様でした。
I walk up to Alan and give him some words of encouragement. Alan looks surprised and slightly blushes at my compliments.
まあ、俺がやったのは少しだけどな。
いえいえ、アラン様が加わったら一気に勢いが増しましたから。あれがなければもう少し時間がかかっていたと思います。 いつか機会があればきちんとアラン様が魔法を使うところ見てみたいです。
なんでだ？
こうすごい魔法にはオタク心が刺激されるというかやっぱり憧れるんですよ。
Her otaku sentiment.
オタク？
Like what? I couldn't use magic in my past life. Seeing any kind of magic is impressive. It's exciting. I know. Her anime fangirlness. That's what it stimulates. I remember when I was a child and I was so excited about the dirt doll Keith made with magic, even if it knocked me down.
でも王族はむやみに使っちゃいけないんですもんね。
I guess such an opportunity will never come. Considering that, it makes me a little sad. I feel Alan's hand petting my head. He doesn't hold back and he messes up my hair.
何ですか？
That's cute.
学園の授業とか王族が使っていても問題ないところでなら見せてやる。
Aw.
本当ですか？
まずはソルシエに戻らないといけないけどな。
Yep, but first you must return.
それよりこの先の部屋がどうなっているか気になる。すぐにジオルドたちの無事を確かめに行くぞ。
I know, he's like petting her head and the others could have been injured.
そうですね。
I hope everyone is safe.
俺も行く。野郎ども行くぞ。イエスサー。
We run through the sooty hallway with the pirates.
無事だといいんだが。
I know, for selfish reasons, of course. We arrive near the doors that used to be locked away, but for some reason the guards are unconscious on the floor.
見るな。
Alan stands in front of me, but it was too late. I already saw the bodies. They're just unconscious. The pirates on the floor have ripped clothes and are drenched in blood. Oh.
これは
一体何が？
Did someone stab the guard? But who would? I know it wasn't Jordo. I can't imagine Jordo and the others in the room could do such a thing. Jordo or Nicole would only knock them out if they had to. Who would do such a thing? It's probably gonna be Rosie.
おい、大丈夫か？
アラン様。すみません。ちょっと驚いてしまって。
In all my 16 years of life, in my past and present life, I have never seen anyone stabbed or bleeding like this. Alan grabs my shoulder firmly, trying to calm my nerves.
大丈夫だ。それより俺が中を確認してくる。お前は公爵たちと一緒にいろ。
Aw, he's being so protective of her. It's cute.
いやでも
I don't want Alan to put himself in danger, so I should be the one to go, but my legs won't move. I fear what happened in that room, and for everyone's safety. Without thinking, I grab Alan's shirt and look up at him with desperation. He tries to reassure me.
とにかくだな。俺なら平気だから。
He stuttered.
いや、王子様もここで待ってな。こういうのは俺らの仕事だ。
There you go, you got some rough pirates that can go in there and handle it.
だが
別に何も悪いことはしねえよ。無事を確認できたらすぐに伝える。だから王子様は大切な女を守ってな。
Precious woman.
ここは俺らが確かめてくる。おい、お前ら行くぞ。はっ。
With Silva's command, the pirates swiftly start to move.
あいつ
He hates that he can be seen right through with his emotions.
どうしたんですか？
いや訓練された兵士みたいだなと思ってな。
Yeah. He's right. I imagine pirates to be more rough and unruly. But the truth is, every single one of Silva's men follow every command and move quickly. Just as Alan said, they are very, very well trained. I wonder, are they like a military squad under the guise of a pirate? being commanded by the first prince, because I'm still gonna hang on to that first prince thing until I'm proven wrong.
それより部屋の中が静かすぎるな。無事だといいんだが。
I watch the pirates go over to the room and slowly open the door to check what's inside. Finally, we'll know what's going on inside, or so I thought. Uh-oh.
なんだこの匂いは。
Uh-oh. Just as Silva said that, a foul smell wafts through the air and drifts over my nose. Ugh. What is that smell?
いけない。それは吸い込みすぎると。
Oh, he knows what it is. Don't pass out. The pirate closest to the door chokes and falls over. Silva sees what happens and immediately covers his mouth with his arm and takes a step back.
扉を閉めろ。
That's so bad because all the rest of them were in there. Or they were. The pirate holds his breath and nods at Silva's command. He then quickly goes over and closes the door shut. Silva walks over and stands before Ryle.
今の匂い。公爵様には思い当たることがあるみたいじゃねえか。何を知ってるんだ。
それは。
The perfume bottles.
あれは体内に取り込まれると意識障害を引き起こす薬剤アビムの匂いです。
アビムってライル様が持っていたあれですか？
ええ、おそらく。でも安心してください。先ほどもお話しした通り副作用は。
副作用がないとしても問題だろう。おい、中はどうなってた？
俺が見た限りじゃ中で倒れていたみたいだが。
That's not good.
早く助けに行かなきゃ。
待て、部屋に入ったらお前も気を失うだろう。匂いはどれくらいで消えるんだ？
すみません。私はそこまでは。でも確かその気体は上の方へ溜まるようで、充満している場所であれば身を低くすればそれ以上はほとんど吸い込みはしないとは聞いたことが。
Or so you've heard.
わかった。ならやるしかねえな。おい、お前ら、身を低くして中に入って王子様らを救助してこい。
Go save the prince.
はい。
Following Silva's orders, the henchmen cover their mouths with the cloth they had wrapped around their waist and head over to the room.
王子様らも吸い込まないよう下がってな。
Aw, he hates not being able to help. With their mouths now covered, the pirates get down low and begin to enter the room. What do they see? We have to wait. No! After a short while, the pirates carry out Jordo and the others unconscious. Oh no! I mean, I was kind of expecting it, but just to confirm it, it's like shocking. Poor guys. Seeing them like this makes me feel lightheaded. Aw.
安心しろ。全員生きてる。気を失っているだけだ。
そうみたいだな。呼吸も安定している。
Oh, he seems so sad.
よかった。無事で。
中で気絶していたのはこれで以上です。他にはいません。
Huh? That's all? Before me were Jordo, Nicole, Mary, and Sophia. Only 4 people. He's still in the infirmary. Yes.
マリアがいないわ。マリアは。
You mean she's gone? Oh. Oh yeah, she's gone too.
狙いは光の魔力保持者か。
I can't believe I forgot about her. It was definitely Set because Set was wanting her in the last route too.
狙いって一体誰のだ？
ああ、さあな、知らねえけど爆破した奴らだろ。
Wait, wouldn't that be the person who was cooperating with Ryle? Yep.
おい、てめえら、とにかくここで倒れてる王子様らを早く医務室へ運べ。俺は光の魔力保持者を探してくる。
私も行くわ。
バカ、足手まといだ。
Sorry, I'm just imagining the other character that he voices in the other one. He just says that all the time. I'm so worried about Maria that I just can't stand still and let Silva handle everything.
安心しろ。そう簡単には逃がしはしねえよ。光の魔力保持者は必ず取り戻す。
Yeah, I was gonna say, where can they go on a boat? But there is like an escape boat they can get on, I guess. I'm worried about Maria, but what Silva is saying makes sense. There's nothing I can do. He's right. She should be okay, right? I have a feeling Silva will get her back. More than anything, due to this ordeal, we're all starting to work together. I think if it's Silva, we'll be alright. She thinks it's Silver Root still.
分かった。マリアを必ず助けてね。
おう、安心しろ。こう見えて俺は自分が言い出したことは守る。
Silver grins and put his hand on my head, and then he looks towards Alan.
おい、アラン王子。こいつらをきちんと束ねといてくれよ。
ああ。
じゃあてめえら、行くぞ。
イエスサー。
よく統率が取れてるな。
Alan muttered under his breath as Silva takes the pirates with him. I know, despite being pirates, they're rather kind and very organized. I'm sure they'll find Maria. Please be safe. I pray over and over again next to Jordo and the other unconscious people as Silva and his men run off.
俺たちはひとまず医務室に行くぞ。気絶している全員を運ばないといけないからな。
Yep.
ああ、それなら俺らがやる。あんたたちはついてきてくれ。
Did he just leave one pirate with him? I don't know when they brought it, but the pirates swiftly put people on the stretcher and started to carry them away. Everyone's unconscious, but I'm glad to see Jordan, Nicole, Mary, and Sophia all safe. If Ryle's right, then so long as the infirmary takes care of them, they should be fine. He should be in the infirmary too. I'm happy that I can unite with them, but we're still missing Maria, my precious friend. Maria. I gaze at the direction that Silva and his men have gone in. Then suddenly Rao gasps as if he just realized something. Ooh.
そうだ。このアビムの症状緩和薬があったはずです。
本当ですか？
ええ、今取ってきます。アラン様たちは先に医務室へ行ってください。
He's gonna be caught off by Set and confrontation.
いや、一人じゃ危ない。俺も行く。
Okay, well now they're both gonna be caught by Set in a confrontation.
いえ、大丈夫ですよ。アラン様が安全な場所にいらしてくれた方が私もありがたいので。
Okay, well now we're back down to Ryle.
ほら皆様、もう運ばれてしまいましたし、早く追ってください。
We look around and everyone is being cared for. Ryle is right. It may be better that we rush after them.
では、また後ほど。
待て、公爵。どうしてこんなに薬剤に詳しいんだ？
He invented them?
え？
俺はアビムなんて薬品今回初めて聞いた。少なくともソルシエには出回っていない。
Are you really from Sorcier?
それは仕事上付き合いがある他国の人間とのつてから入手をしたので、ご存じないかと。珍しい薬ですし。
じゃあどうして公爵が持っていたのとジオルドたちが嗅がされたのが同じ薬品だったんだ。
Huh? He's right.
マリアを連れて行ったのは公爵が話していた協力者なんだろう。
We've already discovered this.
一体それは誰なんだ？
Alan seems to think that he knows who it is.
それは
Maybe he does know who it is. Alan presses for answers, but Ryle falls silent. Suddenly, Liliana jumps in front of Ryle. Ooh. Whoa. I was expecting her to defend him, but no, she like shielded him. I don't know what's happening.
No.
It's Set in his daggers. What's going on? Why? I have no idea how we ended up in this predicament. My brain isn't keeping up. All I know is now there's a knife plunged. Oh, Wow, she got hit? Punched to her shoulders.
Liliana!
Liliana's body stumbles to the floor. Rao tries to support her limp body.
Liliana! Liliana!
このナイフはあなたなんですか、フレデリック卿。
Yeah, so Set had a bodyguard and Keith's fruit. I don't think it was Frederick though, because he seemed a little timid, and this guy, and Lord Frederick's definitely not timid.
No.
But it would make sense if if this is Frederick, if he's with Set. I didn't expect to hear that name. When I turned around, there says Frederick. What is going on here? His Navy Rear Admiral. Based on the discussion in my strategy meeting, he's a secret character candidate. Yeah, he's not a secret character.
まったく一撃で終わらせる予定だったというのに、これだから女は嫌いだ。いつも余計なことをしてくれる。
He definitely doesn't sound like the bodyguard.
貴様、よくもリリアナを。
勘違いしないでもらいたい。そこの女が勝手に前に出てきたのが悪い。
つまり公爵を殺そうとしたというわけか。
Ah, he's right. That would be the case.
公爵を狙ったのは口止めのためということだな。
I mean, how's he going to keep quiet? He's already told Alan, and Alan's not going to keep quiet. Alan holds back his anger towards Frederick, who remains unfazed.
どうやら残念なことに、この場の全員。
Yeah.
いや、アラン殿下以外は息の根を止めておく必要があるようだな。
Saving your prince is not going to make you any less a murderer.
カタリナ、二人を連れて医務室へ行ってくれ。
そんなアラン様を置いていくわけには。
そうだ、誰一人逃がしはしない。
Frederick stands in front of us, blocking the way to the infirmary. Alan takes his sword out to protect us.
フレデリック卿、何をしているか分かっているのか。
Of course he does.
あ
Of
あ、
course I
も
do.
ちろんだと。だが、死人に口なしとはよく言うだろう。
俺も殺すつもりか。
安心していい。殿下は王族の強い魔力をお持ちだ。できる限り生け捕りにする努力をしよう。だが、無理なら別に構うものか。一番欲しかった光の魔力保持者は手に入った。女というところだけは気に入らないが、それでも最も価値が高いからな。
そうだ、マリアはどこに連れて行ったの？
女の声は
Wow.
本当にうるさいな。お前たちが知る必要はない。
金が目的なのか。
情報を引き出そうとしても無駄だ。
Frederick swiftly throws a knife towards Alan and me, but Alan deflects his attack with his sword.
とにかく知られた以上逃がしはしないぞ。価値のない奴らには死んでもらう。
Alan takes a step back in response to Frederick's intense attack. Beads of sweat are pouring down his face. You just need Silva to get here so we can even the odds a bit. Frederick sends another knife towards us and then unsheaths his sword hanging on his waist. He relentlessly swings his sword at us, not giving Alan a chance to counter. Frederick, who now looks annoyed that Alan isn't relenting, continues his barrage of attacks, slowly pushing Alan back. Alan's opponent is a fully trained soldier. Even with his skills, there's no way he can beat someone who has actual combat experience. What do we do? At this rate, Alan will be. If Alan were to get hurt... I remember the guards on the floor and feel my body go numb. Because the pirates are, and Liliana is. Seeing all of the blood staining the floor makes me quiver. Frederick is the type of man to do this. If something were to happen to Alan, I need to prevent that at all costs. Is there anything I can do? I quickly take a look around the area and see Ryle doing his best to treat Liliana's injury. And that's when I see it. The little bottle out in Ryle's pocket. Oh.
ライル様、小瓶の中身はまだ残っていますか？あれば貸してほしいんですが。
You're not saying that very quietly.
ええ、まだ残っていますが。どうぞこちらを。でもどうやって？
I don't worry about that.
ありがとうございます。
You don't need to know. You grab the bottle of atomizer from Ryle and carefully spray some of the handkerchief I still have. And all I have to do is get this and... Toy snake. The toy snake I have in my pocket. If I tie the handkerchief to it, my weapon is complete. You have to like hold it over his face. He's not gonna pass out just by taking a little whiff as it flies by. I'm going to throw this at Frederick. If all goes well, he may faint. May, yeah.
ライル様、どうかリリアナ様を連れて先に医務室へ行ってください。
ですが、カタリナ様は。
私はアラン様の火星に行きます。
That was the idea, but... The battle raging on is so intense I don't have a chance to step in. If I mess it up and accidentally hit Alan with this, I'm going to get the bad end, aren't I? Yeah, you will. Hold on. Is there a bad end on here? There's a happy end, there's other endings. Was it just other ending, another end, good end, Cadre, doom end? There's like 4 ends, dang. Oh wait, no. 1, 2, there's only 4, okay. Still. Don't hit him. Yeah. I'll give you the bad end. I must avoid that at all costs. At this rate... So we're going to... This is where we're going to save because this is where all the endings come from.
記録を取りましょうか。
So we're going to taunt him for the happy end. I think about what I had discussed during my strategy meeting. That's right, his weakness. I need to think of Frederick's weakness. His weakness is girls. I don't know much about Frederick, but there is one thing I learned from my brief encounter with him. Frederick despises women. If I provoke him, I may be able to bring his attention toward me instead. I'm going to act like the game version of Katarina. I'll taunt him in that manner. Nice. I take a deep breath before stepping forward, then I give my heartiest a laugh.
フレデリック様ったらクイードの軍人だなんて言うからさぞやお強いのかと思っていましたけれど、その程度なんですわね。
She's been practicing. I was like, what are you talking about? Richard's eyes widen after he hears my comment and glares furiously at me. I can see his face gradually turning red. Oh my goodness. Yes, it's going well. As expected, Katerina Clays is a villainess. She bullies Maria with her condescending remarks all the time. It's very sarcastic. And here comes my well-trained control to avoid Jordo's doom end. Take this. Say it again. Aw, I want her to talk more as the villain. She really did throw it at him. The toy snake hits Frederick in the face and he staggers backwards. Alan uses this moment to attack. However, Frederick immediately adjusts himself to and deflects it.
何をした貴様?
Why are you still up? This isn't enough. I'm hoping that is enough to knock him out, but he's still standing. But I still have the atomizer in my pocket. There's still some hope. Just spray it in his face. I have no choice but to use Frederick's weakness against him. Women. I put my hand in my pocket and begin to taunt Frederick using my villainess voice.
あら、当たってしまいました。軍人なのにちょっとどころでなく、とっても愚鈍なのではなくて、 呆れてしまうわ。
いや、お前、一体何を。
なんだと。
Oh, this is working really well. Villainess Catering to Clays.
怒るってことは図星でしたのね。実は大した実力がないんじゃなくって。
お前、何して。
ああ、これだから女は空気が読めないかしましい野蛮最悪だ。貴様を見てると思い出す。いつも俺を見下してた姉たちよな。
Aw, that's sad. Frederick is furious. He repositions his sword towards me, his new target. My taunting is working.
そのうるさいさえずり、不愉快極まりない。
I mean, it is very loud.
カタリナ。
Frederick runs towards me, swinging his sword. The distance between us closes quickly. I wait until the last second, and
死ねー。
now. I wait for him to be right in front of me. I hold my breath and spray the atomizer in his face. I mean, you're smart, right? Maybe he's not, but you would think that there was more where her toy snake came from. But okay. Before he can attack me with his sword, Frederick falls to the ground. Did I do it? I make sure to take a few steps back so that I don't inhale the atomizer. I let out a sigh of relief. Frederick's body is lying on the floor. He isn't getting up anytime soon. I'm glad this was a success.
カタリナ。
So now you've got Alan's wrath to deal with. This is just as insane as biting Silva holding the gun to your head. Alan grasped my shoulders tightly. He looked really worried.
なんてことをするんだ、お前は。
Oh my goodness.
ですが作戦は成功。
突っ走るなって前に言っただろ。お前、なんであんなことをしたんだ。
I mean, he sounded scared there. He is furious right now.
あんなこと？
噛みついたことだ。相手は銃を持っていたんだぞ。下手に抵抗して撃たれたらどうするつもりだったんだ。
いやー、すみません。とっさに。
とっさにやっていいことと悪いことがあるだろう。お前はどうして気づくぞ。お前はどうしていつもそう突っ走るんだ。
いや、
本当に生きた心地がしなかったんだぞ。
Yeah, super scared voice here. That's right. Back then, I remember Alan got really mad at me.
お前は本当に銃を持ってる相手に噛みつくわ。切りかかってきた相手を真正面から迎え撃つわ。こっちの心臓がいくつあっても足りないだろう。
I don't have enough hearts for all the heart attacks you give me.
すみません、アラン様が怪我するかもと思ったらいても立ってもいられなくて。それにほら、終わりよければ全てよしって言うじゃないですか。
お前な。
He thought he was gonna cry. Alan had a look of exasperation, a wry smile on his face. Oh, he's smiling?
確かに無事でよかったけどな。本当に肝が冷えたんだぞ。
You're going to kill the man.
すみません。
直感型のお前には言っても聞かないかもしれないが、それでも本当にもう無茶はやめてくれ。
Alan says softly as he gently caresses my cheek. He's looking at me as if he's looking at something dear. I feel my heart pound. I've never had Alan look at me this way. It's different than how he'd look at a friend or even a childhood friend, but I don't want to believe it and shake my head. He must look like this because it truly was dangerous for me, right? I mean, I was on the verge of being slashed. The optimizer's immediate effect was what saved me. Regardless, it's all over now. We really have to go check in on the infirmary.
で、リリアナ様は怪我は大丈夫ですか？
あ、そうだ。ベルダー公爵、夫人の様子は。
Oh, come on. You couldn't have taken like a couple more moments. I rush over to Liliana, but just then I feel the air behind us waver. The air?
お二人とも後ろです。
Oh no. It's Frederick!
カタリナ、捨てろ。
A tripper? Alan pushes me away and I fall flat on my face. I turn around to see what happened, and that's when I feel something wet on my cheek. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I touch my cheek and realize that it's blood. Oh no! No, not Alan! Oh my goodness, he grabbed it. And it belongs to Alan. Alan intercepted Frederick's sword with his bare hand. Oh my goodness.
カタリナ、怪我はないか。
That looks so painful.
私は平気です。それよりアラン様が。
邪魔をするな。私はあいつらを見返さないと。
Frederick glares at Alan with bloodshot eyes. It seems that the optimizer's effect is still working on him as he struggles to stay up. He grips the sword tighter.
そんな女をかばうなんて正気か。だいたいこの世に存在する女なんて全て何の価値もないだろうに。
Man, he must have been really wronged by a woman.
価値がない。
Oh, you said the wrong thing. Huh? Hearing Frederick's words, Alan's tone changes. He glares at Frederick. Alan looks enraged.
冗談じゃない。俺にとってカタリナ・クライスほど大事な女はいない。
Oh, that was super sweet.
こいつを傷つけようとする人間は誰であろうと許さない。
Alan holds the sword with one hand and tries to use magic with the other. Oh, he's going to use magic on him.
ダメです、アラン様。王族が魔法は。
He is super mad. He's furious. International issues. Alan's safety is more important. Such things run through my mind when... Is he going to do it?
やっぱり大事な女だっていう俺の勘は当たってたじゃねえか。王子様。
He's got to protect her to realize just how much she means to him. Oh. I suddenly hear Silva's voice and see him appear behind Frederick, grabbing him. Frederick's sword falls to the floor and his eyes roll back. Oh. It sounds like he just got knocked out. Silva grips Frederick's arm harder before dropping him to the floor and flashing us a big grin.
Yo.
Yo.
間一髪だったみてえだな。
I love his yo so much.
どうしてここにマリアを助けに行ったんじゃなかったのか。
He probably did.
そっちの用事が終わったからこうして駆けつけたんだろう。
Yeah, see, he's done.
こいつの姿が見えなかったのが気になったしな。ま、案の定ってところか。
Yeah, because he ran into Set probably.
じゃあマリアは。
There she is.
カタリナ様。マリア。よかった。無事だったのね。
As soon as I see Maria running towards me, I almost feel relief, but then I remember the injured.
そうだマリア。大変なの。アラン様とリリアナ様が。私は平気ですわ。
No, you're not. You got stabbed in the shoulder.
リリアナ、起きてはダメだ。傷は深い。じっとしていてくれ。
先にアラン様のお怪我を。
Liliana says right before fainting, the color drains from Ryle's face.
リリアナ。
Oh no.
マリア、俺の怪我は大したことないから後でいい。それより先にベルダ公爵夫人の彼女の方の治療を頼む。
わかりました。
I'm sure Maria must be tired, as so much has happened to her too. Despite being pale, she nods. She immediately stands in front of Liliana and uses her light magic to heal her wounds. Off to the side, Silva strips Frederick of all his weapons and ties him up with a rope.
ま、ひとまずこんなもんか。
He says it so calmly.
おい、こいつを今度こそ部屋に閉じ込めて見張っておけよ。
Make sure he stays.
Yes, sir!
Yeah, you guys haven't been the best with keeping hostages where they belong. The pirate henchman takes the tied up Frederick and carries him away. Now, we won't be killed by Frederick. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm sure we're fine now. I feel myself relax, then shoot up as I realize something. This is called honest feelings, right? So I think she's going to confess.
ああ、まあ、かすり傷みたいなもんだ。
Maybe. Alan tries to hide his injured hand, but I saw the blood dripping from between his fingers and Blanche.
いや、ざっくり切れてるじゃないですか。ごめんなさい、アラン様。私をかばって、こんな。
We should probably stop the bleeding while we wait for Maria to treat him.
とにかく、そこに座ってください。すぐに手当てをするので。
ああ。
Oh, he didn't complain. I hastily searched my pockets, but I can't find a handkerchief. Yeah, you threw it. Oh no, I used it earlier. Well, at a time like this, it's my only choice. She will rip her dress, didn't she? Yep, I rip my skirt and Alan's eyes grow wide.
お前、何を
He's blushing too.
いいから手を出してください。一時しのぎになっちゃいますが、手当てはしますから。
いや、でもお前、淑女がそんな。
Alan leans back, but I grip his wrist. I just want to stop the bleeding and wrap the ripped cloth around his hand.
すみません、アラン様。あの時、私がもう少し気をつけていれば、こんな怪我をしなくて済んだのに。
It's my fault that I let my guard down after rendering Frederick unconscious with an atomizer. I think I've seen this CG too in the ending cinematics when they're on the pictures on the wall. I just forgot about it, which is good because I wanted to be surprised. I didn't know what it was. I should have done what Silva did and maybe tied him up. As I treat him, I feel even more guilty. Alan's hand is a hand that plays beautiful music. Aww. I recall Alan playing the piano and feel a sting in my heart.
これで楽器をうまく弾けなくなってしまったら、ごめんなさい。あんなに努力して音楽の申し子って呼ばれるようになったのに。
I've known him since childhood. I've seen how much effort Alan puts into it. He worked hard to expand his talents, and I know how much Alan loves music. If it were to be taken from him...
これで、俺の気持ちも少し分かったかお前の無茶を俺が怒っただろこういうことだ。
At first I didn't understand and gave him a blank look, but eventually I did. Oh, I see. When I bit Silva and when I taunted Frederick, the reason why Alan got so mad was... Now I get it. If I was reckless and got hurt, then he would feel the way I do now. If your friend got hurt because of you, of course you'd blame yourself. I realize I never considered Alan's feelings at all, and I feel even worse.
すみません、アラン様。私、全然分かっていなかったみたいで。
分かったならいい。
Alan's voice is so kind that I look up, and there he is smiling at me. It is a different kind of smile than usual. I feel like I've never seen an expression like that and feel mesmerized. But then Alan immediately steps out of it and turns away.
No.
I realized I felt disappointed to see his expression change so fast. I wanted to see that side of him a little more. He's feeling guilty now because of Jordo. Huh? Since when did I think like this? I have so much going through my head that I accidentally touch Alan's wound. Ow. That's not that painful.
すみません、アラン様。痛かったですよね。
お前までそんな顔するなよ。
だって。
I really am upset to see Alan hurt. I hope Maria's light magic will be able to fix him without any scars.
お前はまたそんな顔して。
Just kiss her and change it to another face. I hear a sigh from above me, then with his uninjured hand, he roughly messes up my hair. Oh, come on. Stop treating her like that. It's okay, Jordo, get over it.
楽器が弾けなくなるんじゃって心配してるけどな。あそこでお前をかばわなかったら、そっちの方が後悔するに決まってるだろ。
でも、アラン様は音楽の申し子ですし、何より王族ですよ。
In comparison, I'm just a villainess with lame magical powers. It's obvious that Alan should be the one protected from injuries.
バカお前の方が大切に決まってるだろ。
he just spouts that out, doesn't he?
どうして？
どうしてってそれは言っただろうって。
すみません、アラン様。聞こえなかったんですが。
お前が大事な女だからってさっきそう言っただろ。
He's like, okay, you're important. You get it now? Shut up. Huh? Alan shouts, and it suddenly gets quiet. Alan gasps, places his hand over his mouth, and turns red. He's pushed to the point of him like yelling, and he's like, oh crap. That was... I was just thinking that I'd rather be hurt than see Alan get hurt. Then, for him to say I'm important to him...
それって、幼馴染だからっていう...
Oh, she's going to push further?
いや、どう聞いても恋愛的な意味だろう。女としてこの王子様に愛されてるんだよ、カタリナは。
Oh my gosh, why does Sila have to point it out? Why can't Alan just say it?
そうで
I gasped and looked to see both Silva and Maria standing there looking embarrassed. Silva doesn't look embarrassed at all. What are you talking about? He's just got the same little expression on his face.
ごめんなさい。お邪魔するつもりはなかったのですが。
いいところ邪魔して悪いな。けど、光の魔力保持者が王子様の治療に取り掛かれる状態になったみてえだ。とりあえず今はその話置いといて、その手も早く直してもらった方がいいんじゃねえか？
Yeah, doesn't look like we're getting an actual confession from him until the ending.
そうですね。アラン様、すぐ見てもらってください。
そうだな。頼んだ。
はい、お任せください。
Maria says in her usual calm voice and starts to treat Alan as he awkwardly looks away. Maria uses her light magic to heal Alan's wounds while slowly approaches me.
カタリナ様、申し訳ないのですが、私はリリアナを医務室へ運んでいきます。
Alright, let's do the memory scenario. Awkward love. It looks like it's Ryle and not Alan. This is fine. As I hold Liliana, who crumbled to the floor protecting me, I feel an incredible heartache.
Liliana!
Don't die, please. I want to see your smile again. Please let me tell her how I feel about her. I hold her close as I pray. The fading warmth of her body makes me realize that she is more precious to me than anyone else. In truth, I had no special feelings for her at the time of our marriage, or that is what I had thought. But looking back now, my foolishness is obvious. I have no right to love her, that's what I told myself, but my heart never listened. For the first time, I truly recognize it. I think back to the time of our engagement, before we were married. The noble warrior family considered magical power more important than anything else. And for me, born without an ounce of magical ability, despite being the heir of the main house, my home was like a bed of nails. Ooh. Through those restless days, I gave my all to make them acknowledge me. I studied, honed myself, and started a business. If I earned enough money, the Warder family would have no choice but to appreciate me. The family was facing financial hardship from overspending on magical phenomena. First among them, a chemical said to increase magic power. That is why I studied how to earn my own money, but several weeks after I began my work, my father passed away. I was intended to be the next head, but others in the family did not approve, because of my lack of magical power, as always. Someone without magic could never lead the Warder family. The opinion was practically unanimous. I forgot how to say that word for a minute. The opinion was practically unanimous, but some claimed the bloodline shouldn't end with me, and arguments ensued. Despite all the issues, the conversations always ended the same way.
やはり魔力がない者が当主につくというのは。
ああ、我がベルダー公爵家の財政を立て直した功績は素晴らしいものだったが、やはり魔力がないと。
魔力。この者たちはいつまでこんなことばかり言っているんだ。
I know, I don't understand either. Frankly, I wanted to scream. If it were not for me, the whole family would have long since gone bankrupt. But despite my smoldering anger, I had no choice but to bear it. Levying the Warder family's legacy was a huge advantage. Losing it would cost me severely in profits. Despite my incapable loathing, the name was a highly useful tool. The discussion suffered numerous delays, but finally it was agreed that I could become head if I marry a lady with magical power.
有望な魔力持ち。リリアナか。
Powerful magic, I meant to say. I didn't know what she thought of the idea, but I was aware her parents were opposed. I could hardly blame them. Who would want their child married off to some magicless hack? Despite my frustration, I needed to maintain my grasp on the Warder family name. I had no choice but to accept it. And so I became engaged to Liliana, a girl from one of the branch families. How did she herself feel about this?
昔会ったことはあったが。
I had not once seen her since we had come of age. I had no idea what type of person she had become. Yet, for some reason, I clearly recalled the time I protected her when we were young. The memory of her crying for me after those boys had insulted me struck clear in my mind. They had not even been intended to hurt her. At the time, I could hardly believe such a kind-hearted girl could belong to the Warder family. This abominable house, this den of demons, she was the exception, the bearer of a truly kind soul. And yet I had no place in my heart for the sympathy of others. I had avoided her since. I knew well that the moment I met her, I would find myself fawning over her kindness. I was so utterly convinced, and I did all I could to avoid talking to her, except when absolutely necessary. But in secret, I wished her all the happiness that her kind heart deserved. To think she would cry for someone like me.
それなのに、よりによって私の妻に押し上げられるとはな。
The magicless royal warder, a shame to the family, to be expected to give birth to an heir with strong magical powers with such a man, the pressure must have been immense. And I accepted it, though I knew full well that my windfall would, in the same moment, become her doom. I did not deserve her, but I kept her from the grasp of high society.
私のそばにいれば、彼女さえも魔力のない出来損ないの妻という目で見られてしまう。
I knew she would be humiliated and jeered if she was made to participate in high society. At least I could spare her from that, a tiny atonement in the face of my grave sin. No, in truth, I was simply afraid that if she were to take part in those parties, she would come to despise me and the rest as the rest did. I feared that more than anything. Maybe it was a simple fear that the one person who could cry for me might come to despise me too. Thinking back on it now, I had no idea what I was doing then. I was simply making convenient excuses about atonement and letting her live a peaceful life. I had even told my servants to grant any request she made. However, none of that could so much as scratch the surface of my debt. The one person whom I wished happiness for was miserable. That unbearable weight grew by the day. and so I began to avoid her, using work as an excuse.
せっかくお帰りになられたと思いましたのに、またしばらくお顔を見れませんのね。
Oh, he's thinking all these things, and she's just like, I just want to be with you. Just stay. Have a cup of tea.
ああ、すまない。今手掛けている事業が大詰めで、何かあった時にすぐ対処できるようにあちらに詰めておきたいんだ。
I tried to avoid all contact and intended to divorce her when things calmed down, then she could find someone far better than me. I truly believed that. But no matter how I tried, I just couldn't seem to let go.
あ、ライル様、これよかったらあちらで食べてください。疲れた時には甘いものと申しますし、最近人気が出ているチョコレートらしいですわ。
ああ、すまない。ありがとう。
He said sorry as like, sorry for being a bother. That's really sad. And so my married life continued, paralyzed and neither able to approach nor neglect Liliana, who always endeavored to get closer to me. Aww. Just let her get close. She loves you. And so my guilt only grew. Our married life spun in a vicious cycle.
それなのに、こんな私にリリアナは愛してると言ってくれた。
I know. Just go with her. Those straight, honest words. It was the first time I truly ever listened to her feelings, and so I could no longer ignore it. Ever since that day, so long ago, she has always been special to me. So long ago. I thought she just told you like on the ship that she lived. I thought that was your first time to hear it. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't.
怪我は治していただきましたが、気を失ったままですので。
あ、はい、わかりました。
では、先に失礼いたします。
Rao gently picks up the unconscious Liliana. His gaze is that of someone looking at the woman he loves, and it looks similar to how Alan looked at me earlier. Yes, maybe it is. I remember, and for some reason my heart jumps. Huh. I see Ryle walking off to the infirmary. I put my hand on my heart and tilt my head. Alan and Ryle had the same look, and Ryle was looking at his beloved wife. Then, what Alan said earlier, he meant it? Alan said I was important, and Silva said that he meant it romantically, but if Alan does see me that way... But Alan... He's an insensitive prince, always honest. I thought he was far from knowing romance. But if what Silva said is true, my heart jumps again. Why am I so restless?
No.
He's noticing all her weird looks, and now it's making him all weird. I look over to Alan and his face is red, looking the other way. His expression is affirming Silva's words. I feel my cheeks gradually heat up. Oh, what do I do? I am confused and can't really read my own feelings. I just want Alan's injuries to heal without scarring. Such thoughts go through my mind as I sit there. Alan's point of view. Just tell her already, man. You messed up? What do you mean? As Maria healed me, I just let the words I spoke earlier circle my head. I can't look at either Maria, who was treating me, or towards Katerina. I just closed my lips tight to not let it show on my face that I was sweating inside.
誰もいなければ、さっきの言葉にもカタリナは気づかなかったと思うんだがな。
Yeah, you kind of said him in the heat of battle. I mean, I noticed it, but I don't think she would have. She just like, all she knows is Alan is holding a knife with his hand. She was even about to say, as childhood friends. But Silva said it. He said romantic feelings. Katerina blushed in response. I can see in the corner of my eyes that she's still flustered. Surely Katerina has also noticed my feelings.
こんな風に自分の気持ちが伝わることなんて
What?
あるか?
It's your own fault, man. You didn't say it. My head must not be in the right place with the injuries and everything. One wrong move and Katerina could have been stabbed by Frederick. I was so relieved I protected her from it and just let it slip.
ジオルドに聞かれなかったのは幸いだったが。
Oh, he'll hear it eventually, I'm sure. The only person who heard among our friend group was Maria. I look over at her and she is smiling while looking slightly troubled. And blushing. Maria's gaze looks like she is being respectful and it makes me feel awkward.
とにかく治療が終わったら気にしない素振りをしないと。
Whatever. We were able to defeat Frederick, but the whole pirate I hate this word. We were able to defeat Frederick, but the whole pirate thing isn't over. I am of the royal family. Even though I may not have it as handled as Jordo, I have to keep it together. It's my job to protect my civilians.
ソルシエに無事戻れるようになるまで気を緩めたらダメだ。
I tell myself that and I tighten my resolve. A few minutes later.
完全に治ったな。
Nice, fully healed. With the treatment done, Alan opened and closes his hand as if to check it.
大丈夫そうですか？
ああ、何の問題もなさそうだ。ピアノを弾くのにも支障はないと思う。さすがだな。助かった。
I'm so glad. I feel a sense of relief knowing that he's healed up.
じゃあ、俺たちも医務室に行くか。ジオルトたちがどうしているか心配だしな。
ああ、それなら安心しな。王子様たちは全員目を覚ましたって話だ。本当？おう、気になるならすぐ行ってこい。
じゃあみんなで行きましょう。アラン様も念のため医務室で休んだ方がいいかもしれませんし。
そこまでじゃない。
いや、でもいくら治療してもらったと言ってもアラン様はたくさん戦ってお疲れでしょうし、血も流したから。
I'm so worried about Alan that I say this and that. Maria suddenly laughs.
なんだかいつもとは逆ですね。
確かにそうだな。
What are they talking about?
逆ってどういう意味？
I know, I'm confused too.
いつもは皆さんがカタリナ様を心配してますから。
まあ、そんなカタリナには今回いい薬になったみたいだし、これも怪我の巧妙ってやつだな。
Come to think of it, I know how the others always fuss over whether I've eaten from the floor or fallen out of a tree. Whenever I go to a party, everyone always worries whether I'll mess up in any way. And during this whole pirate thing, I've made Alan worry many times. I guess I should feel some remorse. Hey, wait a minute, we're all hanging out, but weren't we in the middle of being caught by pirates? Just as I'm wondering about them. What's that sound?
なんだ
What now? Suddenly we hear the sound of a bell and mellow air vanishes in an instant. Mellow air vanishes?
一体何が起きたんでしょう。
I'm anxiously looking around when I see a pirate rushing out.
船長、クイード王国の船が接近中です。旗を見る限りあれは王国騎士団のものかと。
He's like smiling. He should be panicking. Now they're going to bail. Bye.
王国騎士団だと？
Silva's like, oh crap. The look on his face.
クイードの船が
Yeah, they're the ones that intercepted your message. Oh, maybe it's thanks to the magic device that Alan used in Set's room?
チ
あと少しでアジトに着くって時に見つかっちまったか。霧の中だってのに運がねえな。どこぞのバカの暴走のおかげでビンクルム号の損傷も結構なものだし、これでクイードの船を巻くのは骨が折れるか。
Yeah, we know you're leaving.
残念だけどここで撤収だな。おいてめえら、
この船を放棄するぞ。
Abandoned ship.
お頭いいんですか？
バカ、捕まりてえのか？相手にしたら厄介な奴らだろうが。
Baka.
とっとと撤収するぞ。急げ。
はい。
That's funny. The pirates run off. Alan, Mary, and I are left as we just stand there with our mouth open, watching the pirates retreat.
つまり助かったってことでしょうか。
Yep.
みたいだな。
He's just as dumbfounded as you. I literally just used that word. That's funny. We stand there dumbfounded. Suddenly we hear a bunch of footsteps. Oh my goodness.
姉さん。
Hey, it's Keith. We haven't seen him in forever.
キース、それにみんなも。
よかった、カタリナ。無事だったんですね。
We haven't seen Keith the entire route.
カタリナ様。
Why is she blushing? She's always blushing. Like, what the heck?
3人とも無事でよかった。
Oh, Nicole looks so tired.
ああ、そっちもな。無事意識を取り戻したのか。
少し頭が痛いですが、それ以外は特に問題はありません。
As soon as I see everyone is safe, I feel a surge of fatigue. Uh-oh. Is she gonna fall into Alan's arms? The sudden pirate attack, Ryle's plot, Frederick being the conspirator, and Maria being abducted. So much happened, but it's all finally over. We look at one another and all smile. Aw, I was kind of hoping she'd fall and Alan would catch her, and Jiro's like, what are you doing? The pirates tie me up and throw me on the floor. I clench my teeth and glare at them.
くそ、あの海賊ども、よくも計画を邪魔したな。
Who are you glaring at? Like, they've gone. They've left. I can't forgive them. I'm going to show them if it's the last thing I do. I won't anything on my way. I made a promise with... I close my eyes and I picture a scene unfolding before me. Memories of my childhood, faces of my family that I despise. Oh, he despises. I do not recall ever having a moment where I have felt my mother's love. Oh, is that why he hates women? He was talking about his stepsisters.
お前は本当にグズだね。取り柄がないのだから掃除くらいまともにやらないでどうするの？
So it's not your mother, it's your stepmother. That makes more sense.
あんたには這いつくばっているのがお似合いよ。ああ、やだ。こんな卑しい顔の男が私の弟なんて。
You guys are disgusting.
私たちの家に入ってこないでくれます？あなたなんか犬小屋で寝起きすればいいんだわ。
くそ、うるさい。かしましい。どうして女はこんなに鬱陶しい生き物なんだ。
I endure the constant verbal abuse from my mother and my sisters every day, my mother and sister who I do not share blood with. Ever since my mother's passing and my father remarrying, there was no longer a place for me at home. I couldn't even consult my father, who was the only family I had left. Nothing changed.
いや、まあ、そうだね。でもほら、あれもいいところはあるから。
Wow, you're not worth being a father either. My father was weak. He always gave low-effort answers and avoided me. Those women always knew how to suck up to him.
父様、私、新しいコートが欲しいですわ。ねえ、いいでしょ？お前ったら、本当にお父様が好きですこと？
Whatever, she just wants new things.
まあいいじゃないか。コートだね。次出かけた時に一緒に見ようか。
They're probably just taking advantage of him because he has money.
まあ、父様大好き。
なんだこの声は。猫をかぶりやがって。気持ち悪い。くそ。これだから女は信用できない。
My stepmother seduced my father. Ever since then, he forgot all about my mother. He no longer even called me by my name. Really? Even then, I still had a place there because I'm his only male son. As an heir to the Irson name, I lived a life where great food and quality of living was guaranteed. However, when I was 13, my stepmother had my little brother. Oh, now you have a brotherly competition. My value as the only living heir to the family name was gone. I was tossed aside by my stepmother and sisters. Wow. I wanted to solidify my social status and climb the ranks. I'd get back my family who kicked me out. I even have a plan, and it's all thanks to one person, the sole individual who accepts me for who I am. They promised me. If I offer up a sorcier who wields magical powers, I would in turn be given unwavering social status and honorable title. I want to meet their expectation. I want to show my family. If the son they drove out of the family became a noble, the woman would be jealous. I feel bad. You always feel bad for the bad guys, usually, in these types of games. Or movies. But there is nothing I should be able to do. Even if I'm tied up by a rope, no matter how exhausted I am, not all hope is lost. Or so I thought. Yeah. I hear from beyond the door and my jaw drops. If my plot becomes public to them, my head isn't the only thing I'm going to lose. Dang. If I attempt to run off with the girl with light magic, I definitely get caught. There's no way I'd make it. I hang my head low. I no longer have the strength left to stand. Yep, that sucks. We're almost to the end, guys! A few hours later, the Royal Knights rescued us on their ship. We make a stop at a nearby island. Nearby island? Is it the Pirates Island? The Vicule is a lot more damaged than anticipated due to the explosion. They're afraid the ship won't make it back to Sorcier. All that's left to do is wait for the Sorcier ship to swing along and pick us up. We decide to wait at the nearby mansion. Yes, definitely there. They just like randomly go to the pirates' hideout and hang out in their mansion. I'm amazed at how large this mansion is.
このような島に建てられているにしては、随分と立派な屋敷ですね。
It's your brother's private island.
は、こちらはバイス海賊団の拠点でしたが、皆様の上陸前に制圧した屋敷となります。
At least one of them knowledgeable on it.
ってことはシルバたちを捕まえたんですか？
いえ、残念ながら海賊のほとんどは船で逃げた後でして、捕らえられたのは屋敷にいたわずかな海賊たちだけです。
なるほど。クイード海軍が苦労しているだけあって、本当に逃げ足の速い海賊だったようですね。
ここはブラン海域にある島だしな。霧の中で追うのは確かに骨が折れるかもしれない。
I see, so this is the blank sea, but their hideout was seized, huh? They changed their hunting ground. They not only failed at the attack, but their hideout was taken too. That must be a big loss for them. I'm starting to feel bad for the pirates. He looks at me and lets out an exasperated sigh.
いや姉さん、海賊相手に同情する必要はないからね。
いや、そうかもしれないけど。
They did a lot, but for some reason, I can't bring myself to hate them. They did save Maria. I know, they saved Maria, they saved Jordo, they saved Nicole. Looking back, I feel like the possibility of Silva being the secret character is the highest. Yep. Frederick is the culprit who abducted Maria. He probably isn't a secret character, but the villain in the fan disc. Yep. I also thought Rosie may be another secret character, but I didn't have much contact with Rosie either, even when we reunited.
みんな無事で本当に良かったよ。じゃあ俺は船の修理があるからまたね、カタリナ。
Our goodbye was casual. Rosie called out to me and he didn't even look at Maria. But Silva saved Maria, right? Then I guess Silva could be the secret care. Oh, I wonder if Silva saving Maria is a romance event in the fan disc. What? Then maybe we're in the middle of Silva's unrequited love en route. Whatever. Also, so much has happened, I had half forgotten that I'm in the fan disc story. I know. This is about you. There are no more pirates, the Royal Knight saved us. I feel like there is nothing that indicates Catherine is doom end. What is she going to like say in the fan disc? Is this my love end? Like, she's got to say that somewhere, right? She's got to consider the fact that this is about her, not Maria. Either the ending for the fan disc has been safely determined, or this being a fan disc could have been a misunderstanding. Or else Katarina Clays, the villainess, would never have Alan say such things to her. I look up and see Alan staring at me. We make eye contact.
No.
Looks away. Alan immediately looks away awkwardly. That in turn makes me feel awkward. To make such a face, that means he really meant it in that way, right? I assume he meant he thinks I'm important to him in a friend kind of way. However, his attitude just makes it hard for me to think like that.
カタリナ、何かあったのですか?
Did something happen? Something sure did happen. Oh, poor Alan.
いえ、なんでも、何もないです。
They've discovered their secret feelings for each other. He knows. That sound alone makes him know. I shake my head and keep my distance from Alan, who is now standing around Maria and Mary, who just ran off. Jordo? Jordo is still watching me, so I don't think he believes anything I just said. I don't think someone ran off. And from then on, we are questioned by nights nonstop with no breaks. A few hours later, we decide to head to the cafeteria for dinner. It's still going on. All the food, stars in her eyes. For dinner, they set up a wide array of cuisine. This seems rather extravagant. The amount of food makes it feel more like a banquet. I'm happy, but it's so extravagant I can't believe it.
これ、誰が作ったんだろう。
ヴィンクルム号で同じく捕らえられていた料理人たちが料理を作ってくれたみたいだよ。
え？そうなの？
うん。さっきの事情聴取を受けている時にたまたま料理人が話しているのを聞いたんだけど、海賊に捕らえられていた間、料理人たちも海賊たちに見張られて僕たちの料理を作っていたみたいだね。せっかくパーティーのためにメニューを考えたのに、パーティーは2日で終わっちゃったから残念に思っていたみたいで。
That's kind of funny. All this food can't go to waste. Let's cook and serve it to the rooms.
それでこの料理なのか
ってことみたいだね。
いやー、ありがたいですね。クイードのパーティー料理、まだまだ食べ足りないと思っていたんですよ。
Eating Quid cuisine was definitely something I had been looking forward to. Now that I have the chance, it's truly exciting.
いただきます。はん。
I dive right into the food, and the meat is absolutely delicious. I'm in awe. This is so delicious. I wonder what this tastes like. You're eating it, don't you know? I eat the quid dishes plated on the big plates one after the other. I've been running away from pirates lately that I haven't eaten properly in a while. It's my first real meal in a long time. This is good, and this, it's also good.
ちょっと姉さん、あんまり食べすぎるとまたお腹を壊すよ。
It's fine, let her eat.
平気よ。それより珍しいクイード料理を食べそびれる方が悔いになるわ。
また後で苦しんでも知らないよ。
ほら、それよりみんなも食べて。このお肉とかすっごく美味しいから。
I notice no one else is eating and urge them all to do so. Everyone gives me an amused smile and slowly begins to eat.
確かにクイード料理の味付けはなかなか変わっていて美味しいですね。
そうだな。明日迎えに来るのはソルシエの船だというし、これが食べ納めかもしれないな。
明日？もう迎えが来るんですか？
あ、ちょうど近くを航海中だったソルシエの船があるらしくて、この島に誘導できたと先ほど聞いた。明日にはクイードの貴族たちは国王直属騎士団の船でクイードへ。俺たちはその船でソルシエへ帰れるそうだ。
I'm so glad. I thought it would be a long time before we were picked up. So this really is our last chance to eat Quid dishes. Then I should truly pig out. That way there are no regrets. Oh, this fish dish is delicious. I want someone to share this moment with me. I look around to share my opinion on the dishes when I catch a glimpse of someone who isn't touching any of the food. What is he glaring at?
アラン様、食べないんですか？この魚料理、すっごく美味しいですよ。
いや。
He blushes, and then I remember. Oops, I forgot things were awkward with him. The food is so distracting that I forgot. But seeing his face bright red, once again I remember all the things he said to me. What do? I feel awkward. Just eat and enjoy and let him do his own awkward thing. My eyes don't know where to look, and so I look at Keith, who is sitting nearby.
キースはどう？これ食べない？すっごく美味しいんだけど。
That doesn't sound suspicious at all.
ああ、うん。ちょうど今同じの食べてるけど。
Oh, that's right. But things are so messed up. I just want to hide and focus on eating. I'll just do that then.
カタリナ、すごい勢いで食べていますが、本当に大丈夫ですか？そんな勢いで食べていると、また食べ過ぎて気持ち悪くなるよ。
大丈夫だから。
I bet Alan's gonna take care of her if she gets sick. Everyone falls silent, looking like they want to say something. The silence is heavy. I can't stand it. All I can do is focus on eating my food. Eat all the food. Alan's point of view.
まずい。
Aw, he's worried about her. While we're all eating together, I'm trying desperately to avoid Mary and Jordo's gaze. It's because I've been acting weird. They are absolutely suspicious of me.
いや、まさかカタリナが話しかけてくるとは思わないだろう。
Katerina forgets things easily. I bet anything that she was too busy thinking about her food and she forgot about me. But she remembers now because of my reaction.
こんな時ばかりはジオルドを見習いたくなるな。
Jordo is good at keeping a straight face. No matter what happens, he can always wear a smile. I'm jealous of him.
とにかくさっさと食事を済ませて事情聴取の続きだとか理由をつけてここから出ていくか。
I'm sure my twin brother would see through my lie, but I have no choice. I just want to get out of here. I try to look at the door, but I accidentally lock eyes with Katerina instead. Our eyes meet. Katerina looks somewhat troubled and embarrassed as she looks at me. Oh, stop gasping. Like, you're the reason why everyone's suspicious of you. That look alone is enough for my head to feel light. I quickly turn my head away.
その顔は反則だろ。
Is she looking cute? Katerina blushes while looking at me. How can a man stay level-headed when the woman he likes is staring at him like that?
まずい。早くカタリナのいないところへ行かないと。
That's cute. They're probably gonna excuse themselves and end up in the same spot. I'll go mad if I'm in the same space as Katerina any longer.
さっきの事情聴取の時も大変だったしな。
I was with Katerina the past few days. We were even questioned together by the knights. However, every time I've recalled our memories together, it became uncomfortable. It was hard to keep my cool.
なんとか一通りは話し終えたが。
My next challenge is how to avoid Jordo and the others. I glance over at them, and all of their focus is on me. Their faces are full of suspicion. Look at him, just like, he's like glaring at him. Whatever. You guys. Oh man. I would be more worried about her brother. Oh, that went on a little bit longer than needed to. That's really funny. He's like, I've been caught. This is supposed to be a cordial event. Yeah, I somehow feel threatened. I know, right? I feel like I'm sitting in a bed of needles. But if I give them any hint on my face, they'll corner me later. I try my best to conceal my emotions and eat like normal. After we all finish dining, the knights lead us to our room. Finally, I can catch my breath. The men's and women's rooms are separate, so Alan and the others aren't here. Thank goodness I'm in a different room. If we had the same room, I wouldn't be able to rest peacefully. I could barely talk with Alan in the dining room earlier. We were awkward the entire time. I feel relieved that it's only me and the girls now. I sit down on the sofa, and that's when Mary, Sophia, and Maria approach me.
カタリナ様、お疲れ様です。本当にご無事でよかったですわ。離れていた間、私心配で。ソフィア。シルバに連れて行かれてから不安で仕方がなくて、いつ抜け出して探しに行こうかと話し合っていたんです。
No worried feelings for Alan, I see. Wow, I didn't know.
ここへ来るまでも随分と難しい顔をされていましたが、大丈夫ですか？何かあったんですか？特には何もなかったけど。
Oh yeah, I forgot she was there. Maria, completely aware of what's happening, looks over at me and just smiles. It seems like she plans on keeping quiet about what's happening between Alan and me.
ただまあ、いろいろあったから疲れちゃって。
I'm sure everyone is even more tired. They inhaled the atomizer and fell unconscious. They were taken away. I recall all that has happened to my friends. Just as Rao said, there were no side effects from the chemical, so the doctor did say that they should be fine physically, but...
というかマリアは連れ去られた後大丈夫だったの？変なことされてない？
I press for answers. Maria looks confused but nods her head.
はい、大丈夫です。気絶していたのですが、シルバさんが助けに来てくれましたし、心配してくださってありがとうございます、カタリナ様。
She's like, but we're not talking about me. Maria speaks shyly as she talks about Silva. Her expression, I wonder if Maria fell for Silva after he saved her. In the Antomi game, if some handsome pirate came to the rescue, there's definitely an event that comes with it. I'm just imagining her event when it's Silva's route. If that is what made Maria fall for him, then this would very well be Silva's unrequited love end. I'm suddenly saddened that I lost the opportunity to support my friend's romance opportunity. But this is an Atomi game. There are endings where characters reunite years later for a happy ending. I'm sure there's still hope. Oh my goodness. At the very least, Silva hasn't been caught by the knights yet, so there's a chance. I'll be praying for that possibility.
それよりフレデリックがどうしてこんなことしたのかわからないのよね。お金に困っていたのかしら。それでしたら2日目のパーティーで少々気になるお話を耳にしていましたわ。
And Mary shares the story. That's good. We don't have to talk about it. Oh, maybe we do. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's talk about it. Frederick was born into a lower-class noble family. When he was young, his mother passed away. When his father remarried, his stepmother and sisters bullied him his entire life. Like, he's already told us all of this. Why do we have to reread it? He was the only male heir until he was 13 years old and his stepbrother was born. After that, he was abandoned. Well, that was a short story, wasn't it?
というのが私が聞いた情報ですわ。ですからもしかしたらそのご実家を見返したいと思っていたのかもしれませんね。
なことが。
Wow, Mary is knowledgeable.
そういえばフレデリックも見返してやるとか言ってたっけ？
可能性は高そうですわね。真相は分かりませんけれど、アラン様の証言で騎士団に捕らえられたようですし、これから罪が暴かれるのではないでしょうか。
I see, he's been arrested. I didn't know what became of him after he was tied up and taken away by the pirates. I guess he was taken care of. But he tried to abduct Maria, and he collaborated with Ryle, a Quid Admiral and a sorcerer noble working together to get involved in human trafficking. A truly horrible story. But thanks to the pirates attacking, which is ironic, it had all ended before it could happen. I'm so glad. All that's left for us is to spend the night here and return to Sorcier. What a truly long few days this has been. I still feel like I'm in a dream. Why is everyone worried?
これは絶対アラン様と何かありましたわね。ここ数日はカタリナ様を独り占めしてましたし、後できちんと確かめなくては。
She's like growling over there.
それともこのままカタリナ様、もしソルシエに帰るのがお嫌でしたら、私はどこへでもご一緒しますから。
Oh my goodness.
ありがとう。
I wonder what's come over Mary. Oh, maybe she wanted to travel to Quid.
そうですわ。このまま国外逃亡してしまえば結婚しなくて済みますもの。いざという時のために準備はしてありますし、連絡すればすぐ。
Oh yeah, I forgot. He's your fiance. I forgot about that. Mary starts to go off on a tangent and mutters to herself.
それよりそろそろもう寝ませんか？明日も早いそうですし。
あ、そうね。疲れたし、もう寝ましょうか。
Although the doctor said they were fine, they had inhaled chemicals. I'm worried about everyone's health. We have to prepare for our trip tomorrow. I think it's best we all go to sleep. We stop talking, prepare for bed, and go to sleep. I missed a few words there, but it's fine. Oh, are we in the boys' rooms? No, okay, we're not. However, I can't fall asleep. Normally, I'd be fast asleep when I lay down, but I just can't. Yay, are we going to get, like, are we going to get them together? Where they can finally discuss this? It's been almost an hour and 50 minutes recording. It's going to be cut down by the time I say this, but it's fine. A sorcerer ship that happened to be cruising nearby will come get us tomorrow, so we have to sleep early, but I hear everyone snoring as I lay in bed, tossing and turning. I cannot sleep at all when my husband snores. I have to make him stop. So much happened this afternoon, so I guess I haven't fully relaxed yet. And besides, every time I close my eyes, I remember the few days I spent with Alan. Aww. Recap. I feel flustered just thinking about it. The time I spent with Alan was pretty intimate. Although she had no idea at the time. And...
お前が大事な女だからって、さっきそう言っただろ!
He just yells at her. I still find that funny. His voice is still ringing in my ears. And Alan acting awkward afterwards. His face, when realizing I was safe, his kind smile and eyes. What do I do? And Silva even added to it, the prince loves you as a woman. He didn't say as a woman, but he said the prince loves you. She's paraphrasing. I still can't forget Alan's face when Silva said it, like he was right. And how he blushed during our meal. So does that mean Alan has a crush on me? But why? I don't ever recall anything that would make him fall for me. I honestly don't know why. But seeing how Alan is acting, I know this isn't all in my head either. If I get out on our returning ship feeling like this, I know the others will be worried, assuming something happened between us. Well, because it did. I don't know what to do anymore. All I know is that I can't stay like this. That's right, I need to talk it out with Alan. Yay, let's go talk it out. When we return to Sorcier, our second year at the academy will start. We may start off on the wrong foot. Our school life shouldn't be wasted. I want to live my school life how I usually do with my beloved friends. I'm sure Alan does too. He said he's going to sort out his feelings with you once they got on land too. How I usually do. I imagine that situation and now I feel like a different set of emotions. I have no idea what it means. Regardless, I don't want to live my life awkwardly with Alan. But how am I going to talk about this with him? I have to figure out my own feelings. But no matter how much I think on it, I can't come up with a solution. There's no point continuing to stress over it. I should get some fresh air, gaze at the stars, and think. After tossing and turning for a little bit longer, I finally decide to get out of bed. I change and make sure the others don't wake as I sneak out of my room. Sneaky, sneaky. And here goes Alan. I can't sleep either. After partying ways with the girls, we return to our room. Jordo is pressing me on what happened in the past few days. I finally escape and am in bed. I pretend to go to sleep. Jordo finally gives up and he too goes to sleep. I hear Keith and Nicole breathing. However, I know that I can't face tomorrow like this either.
だってこのままじゃ明日にはまたカタリナと顔を合わせる羽目になるだろう。
Aw, he doesn't want to leave it how it is either. I know that I should go to sleep in preparation for tomorrow's journey. If I lack sleep, I may get seasick. But I don't think I can fall asleep. Of course, it's because I have Katarina on my mind. I keep replaying the scene of when I told her my feelings.
お前が大事な女だからってさっきそう言っただろう。
Another playback and my heart is racing. I can't sleep like this. I get out of bed. I scratch my head in frustration and stand by the window, staring out for a moment. All this time, I thought I was hiding my feelings. I worked hard so that I can smile when Katarina looks happy with my twin brother. Aww.
なのに結局俺の気持ちが全部バレるなんてな。
To make things worse, I did it in front of Maria and Lady Werder. I can't take those words back.
二人のことだから黙っていてはくれるだろうが、でも他のやつにバレたらどんなことになるか。
I'm the most afraid of Jordo. I recall how scary his smile was earlier. I groaned internally. If he finds out that I confessed my feelings to Katarina, if he finds out I accidentally kissed her, who knows what would happen.
だがソルシエまでの船旅で絶対バレるよな。その前になんとかしないと。
I still can't forget Katarina's surprised face when I confessed, and how she looked embarrassed before we got to the island.
でもなんて言えばいいんだ。
I think, but there's only one thing I can say, and because I know, I feel a pain in my chest.
言わなきゃダメだよな。
It's best to just pretend everything didn't happen and go back to the way things were. That's how it should be. Because Katarina is my brother's fiancé. No matter how much I want her, I am not allowed to have these feelings.
でもいつ言うかだよな。
I feel for you, man. I can't afford us to act awkward on our way back to Sorcier, but I can't think of an opportunity to talk with Katarina until tomorrow. I sigh and I look out the window again. You're going to see her. And just then, I see a familiar silhouette. Let's go. That's exactly what Alan said. I change and go to the garden. The night wind feels nice, but I can't see the sky. Oh yeah, we're in the Blank Sea. The Blank Sea is a sea region where the fog never lifts. That's why this island is always surrounded by fog. Since the mansion is nearby, I can still see, but if I go any further, the fog is so thick that I may get lost. Maybe I should give up enjoying the night sky and just return to my room. I turn around with that in mind. Just then, I see someone running from the mansion.
お前、何一人でフラフラ出歩いてるんだ。
Why are you worried? Shouldn't you just accept the fact that maybe she wants to go for a walk?
アラン様、こんな夜にどうしたんですか？
それはこっちのセリフだ。窓の外見たらお前がフラフラ歩いていたから慌てて出てきたんだろ
う。そんな子供じゃないんだから大丈夫ですよ。今もちょうど戻ろうとしてたところですし。
Yeah, see, she wasn't running away or anything.
そうは言ってもな。
Alan sighs and looks at me worriedly. I guess he doesn't trust me at all. He must have assumed that I would get lost in the fog. How rude. It's not like I deliberately get lost. Though, but you do it on accident anyway. He's still worried. I guess I did on the ship a lot, so I can't blame him if he doesn't trust me. I tried to feel guilty for worrying him so much. I'm sure Alan was about to turn in for the night, but because I was wandering around, he came looking for me instead.
なんだかすみません、アラン様。いつも心配ばかりかけてしまって。
いや、別に。俺が勝手に心配してきただけだしな。霧も出てるし。
そうなんですよね。実は私星空が見たくて出てきたんですけど、実際はご覧のありさまで。そういえばこの霧ってブラン海域だからずっと出ているんですかね？
ああ、そうみたいだな。ずっと霧が出ている海域なんて本当にあるのかと思ってたが、この屋敷に来た時から晴れていないところを見る限り、その噂は本当みたいだな。
変わった海域ですね。
Hey, we're having a normal conversation. Of course, now that you think that, it's not normal anymore. Maybe it's because we're alone, or is it because of all the worrying I caused? The awkwardness in the afternoon is gone. It's been a while since I've been able to talk to Alan normally like this. I like being able to talk to him. Do I? I wonder why I feel that way. Well, I mean, he is your friend. It doesn't have to be romantically for you to like talking to someone. Well, of course I like talking to him. Although things are different now, I'm happy that I'm able to talk to him normally. I can't put it into words how that makes me feel.
おい、どうした？
I'm confused why Alan has this concerned look on his face. Did something happen? Is he worried about me? His concern for me makes me feel happy and tingly inside. I feel strange.
いえ、なんだかふわーっというか、
She feels fluffy.
もじゃっとする感じがして。
なんだそれは。
I thought he'd get embarrassed, but he's like, whatever.
そもそもなんでこんな時間に一人で庭に出てきたんだ。何かあったのか？
いえ、何かがあったわけじゃないんです。ソルシエに帰る前にちょっと自分の気持ちの整理をしたいと思いまして。
I said too much. I put my hand over my mouth before I say more. But it's all too late. Alan already heard it. His face is stark red.
そうか。
Oh no. We were doing such a good job talking normally. He's aware that I've been thinking about him and what he said to me.
悪かった。お前を悩ませて。
Alan starts acting awkwardly again. I regret telling him. But I couldn't come up with any other excuses. And besides, I wasn't lying when I said that I was here trying to consider Alan's words. I'm lost for words and not sure what to do, but Alan looks at me with a serious expression.
あ、カタリナ、俺も、なんだ、そのことを考えていて眠れなかったんだが。
He's so stuttery and so cute.
やっぱり、きちんと話した方がいいよな。
Alan lets out a deep sigh. It seems like he has already made up his mind. There's a sense of sorrow and resolve in his gaze. After a brief moment, Alan opens his mouth to speak.
お前がジオルドの婚約者だってことは分かっている。
He said that very confidently. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot. Of course she did.
いや、なんでそこで驚くんだよ。
She doesn't ever think about that, that's why.
いやうっかり忘れてまして。
は？そこを忘れるところか。
Because I only viewed Jordo as a doom flag trigger. And besides, I'm sure I'm only his fiance, so he doesn't have to entertain the swarm of ladies that want to approach him. I can't help but forget. Well, I guess I didn't completely forget. I just lacked that attitude, and things happened where it slipped my mind.
ともかく、俺はジオルドの婚約者であるお前に本当は好きだって言うつもりはなかったんだ。そんなこと許されるはずないし。
He's such a gentleman. What? He had no plans to tell me? Hearing that, I feel a sting of pain in my heart. Does that mean I want him to tell me? And did he actually just casually say he likes me? He did say I was important to him. He had not said that he liked me yet. But, so Alan does like me. For some reason, I feel like I'm floating in the air, but again, I don't know my feelings.
でも、あの時は怪我もしてて、戦ってたし、なんていうかとっさに本音が出たっていうか、本気で思ってることだけど、でも言っちゃいけなかったってのは俺だって分かっている。
アラン様。
He knows he can't say it. He had no intentions of telling me. When Alan says that, he looks so pained that it makes me sad. If Alan didn't say anything, my heart would never race like this, and we would have gone back to the academy like usual. And maybe someday Alan would have married Mary. Oh wait, I totally forgot about her. I know I did too. I'm sorry. I remember that Mary is Alan's fiance, and my heart hurts even more. Oh, now she's thinking about it. She always tells me she would escape the kingdom, but if I remember correctly, the Mary and Fortune lover was in love with Alan. Maybe deep down, Mary still has feelings for him. I was only thinking about myself. I hadn't even considered Mary. I'm shocked at myself for forgetting even that. Mary is my precious friend. What do I do? I look at Alan and he looks back at me, half troubled and half embarrassed. He looks guilty from the bottom of his heart, but his eyes are sincere. His gaze is seriously indicating he likes me, and again my heart thumps.
そんな顔するなよ。自分でも悩ませて悪かったと思ってるんだ。だからカタリナ。
Alan cuts himself off as he looks at me, and then gives me a sad chuckle.
だから俺の気持ちは聞かなかったことにしてくれていい？
Alan's words feel like they punched me in the face. My mind goes blank. Pretend I never heard it? Alan's true, serious feelings? I can't do that. He said so. He kept his feelings to himself because he was considerate of Jordo, and he apologized for stressing me out. Alan, who's this kind, had been hiding his feelings from me for such a long time. He hid it, but it slipped out of him. Those words were special for Alan. How could I live every day pretending I didn't hear it? And besides, I didn't even get to ask him why he likes me. Just when I think that, I have a big question mark arise. Wait a minute, why does Alan even like me? Maybe this is all in his head.
でもそれでも許される限りはお前のそばにいさせてくれ。
That's really sweet. But I wouldn't like it if it was in his head. Wait, what does that She's just going on. But I wouldn't like it if it was in his head. Wait, does that mean I have feelings for Alan too? She's just not even listening. Well, I don't hate him. I mean, what is this emotion of liking anyways?
待て。カタリナ。おい。聞いてるか？
No, you've lost her. I've never fallen in love with my past life or this one.
ダメか。全然聞いてないな。このタイミングでこれはないだろう。
Yeah, she's got bad timing. But if I like Alan too, that would mean we both have feelings for each other. This is bad. I'm confusing myself. This is what she did when she just blurted out. Maybe I like Jordo.
本当に全然聞こえてないな。どうしてお前はいつもそうなんだ。おい、カタリナ・クラエス。アホ令嬢
You dumb rich girl. But I don't want to forget. I still haven't even figured out my feelings yet.
アラン様、聞かなかったことにはしたくないです。
She's like, she still didn't even hear you.
は
Huh? I quickly lift my head up and Alice steps back in surprise.
それ、どういう意味で言っているんだ。
だって私、まだアラン様がどうして私のことが好きなのか聞いていません。
いや、それは、それを聞くのか。
だって知りたいじゃないですか。
どうしてお前はそう予想つかないことばかりしてくるんだ。
Alan covers his entire face with his hands.
いや、そうだよな。お前はそういうやつだったよな。一度言ったんだ。確かに聞かなかったことにはできないもんな。わかった。話す。できる限りで。でも、これも、お前が嫌だと思えば、聞かなかったことにしていいから。
She's not gonna pretend if it makes her uncomfortable. Alan gets flustered as he tries to look for the right words. Awkwardly, he begins to speak.
気づいたのは最近なんだが、多分ずっと好きだった。子供の頃から。
I took a lot of effort to say the word like you.
え？子供の頃から？
なんだよ。意外か？
そりゃあ。
You've been together so long, Alan, who is a dunce when it comes to romance, has these feelings for me. I had no idea. Wait, but he noticed recently.
お前は子供の頃、俺に言ってくれただろう。人には向き不向きがあるって。ジオルドにも苦手なことがあるって。
それってジオルド様に蛇のおもちゃを投げつけた時のことですよね。
She says we threw the snake.
あ？
I will never forget it. It was when I first threw the snake toy at Jordo. Thanks to that, Jordo got so mad at me, even I wouldn't forget it. It's deeply ingrained in my memories.
あそこでお前にああ言われた時さ。俺は今まで固執していたものの小ささに気がつけたんだ。それから苦しさとか全部なくなってさ。俺は俺でいいんだって思えるようになった。
I really like his cute stuttering, but it's nice that he can finally say this with confidence now.
お前のそういう考え方が俺をあの時救ってくれたんだよ。
Alan looked at me bashfully.
それでずっとお前のそばにいたいって思うようになって、お前が無邪気に笑う顔とかそういうのをずっと見ていたいって思って、好きだって気がついたんだよ。
Alan's face turns red as he confesses to me. Seeing how awkward he is right now, I can tell his feelings are real and it makes me feel flustered. He's saying it so clearly. I wasn't imagining it. Alan truly does have feelings for me. My heart pounds faster. It's not just the feeling of awkwardness. Alan has protected me the whole time the pirates attacked. He was so worried that he yelled at me. I too want to see him smile. I don't want to see him sad. I want to be by his side if I can, for a long time. Is this how he's feeling? When Alan got hurt, I felt pain too. When I saw him smiling, it made me just as happy. And if he's going to hide his feelings and pretend it never happened, it's painful for me too. Maybe this is how it feels to like someone. That's why I made up my mind.
アラン様、少し時間をくださいませんか?
You made up your mind, but you want time?
時間って。
やっぱり私、なかったことにはしたくないんです。多分、私も自分の気持ちが分かったみたいですから。でも、アラン様の気持ちに返事をするにも、ちゃんとけじめをつけてからがいいんです。
Aw. She's gonna bring it up to Jordo so she can confess to him properly. That's really cute. Before I tell Alan that I like him, I need to face both the feelings of Jordo, my fiance, and Mary, my friend. After I've had a talk with them, I want to then face my feelings for Alan.
だから、アラン様も待ってください。まだ忘れたことにしないでください。
I forget this happened.
Oh.
Like he's gonna forget.
ありがとうございます。
いや、それは俺の方のセリフなんだが。
He scratches his head in embarrassment, smiling shyly.
まあ、そうだな。ありがとう、カタリナ。
Ala's smile is like a blooming flower field. Seeing his smile makes me happy. If we could feel happy at the same time, I guess this feeling is the emotion of liking someone. I let the feeling sink in. That's cute. This is a really long episode too. Oh, is she spying on them? Oh no! I chase after Lady Katarina, spotting her from the window. Seeing the love confession that unfolds before me is stressing me out.
もう何なんですの。あの甘酸っぱさは私の方が先にカタリナ様に好きだとお伝えしてますのに。
Sorry, but you're not a romanceable character. Uh-oh.
あのカタリナですから。全く気づいていなかったんでしょう。僕の気持ちにも気づかないような人ですからね。
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel so bad for him. They all went out there to watch them. That must be embarrassing. Prince Jordo is standing next to me. I guess he had come after Katarina as well. We hide in the shadows watching the two. Okay, so maybe it's just them.
で、どうするんですか?
We're just going to dump them and get ready to each other.
ジオルド様こそどうされるんですの?
This is a lot better of a confrontation than Keith was. She's just like, you know what? I like her brother. And Jordo's like, okay.
まあ、今回はカタリナが危ないところをアランに助けられたようですし、今見聞きしたことについてアランを責めるようなことはしませんよ。
He stole her away.
あら、ジオルド様にも弟思いな一面がありましたのね。意外ですわ。それではカタリナ様との婚約を破棄なさるのですか?
I feel so bad. Like, I want to go and reread Jordo's route and just, I don't know. I want to relive his pain, even though it's like, do I really want to? It was really sad, him saying he can't just sit by and let someone else come and steal her away.
まさか。でも、そうですね。
Of course not.
カタリナが一番幸せになれる場所がアランの隣しかないのだと痛感させられた時には考えるかもしれませんね。
I'm sure if she asks you, you'll say yes.
まったく素直ではありませんのね。アラン様の苦労が今から忍ばれますわ。
She doesn't even care. She's like, I'll break off mine, it's fine.
心外ですね。あなたのことですから同じようなことを思っているのでは？
さあどうでしょう。わかりませんわ。
でも僕は本当に カタリナの幸せだけを考えていますよ。カタリナを悲しませるのは僕の本意ではありませんから。だからきちんと見届けさせてもらいますよ。アランがどこまでやるかをね。
He's like, prove to me that you love her and I'll let her go. Just then, we see the two heading back to the mansion. Prince Jordo and I look at one another and get out from where we're hiding. And you're just gonna confront them? Oh my goodness.
メアリとジオルド様？どうしてここに？
I was expecting her to do this confrontation in one of the endings, but I guess not.
なんで二人が
He's so scared of his brother.
僕も星空でも見ようと思ったんです。でも霧が出ていて見えないようですね。
Using her lines is not inconspicuous at all.
残念ですわ。外は冷えますし、カタリナ様、お部屋へ戻りましょう。
I think I'm gonna pretend it didn't happen.
それがいいですね。さあ、カタリナ。
Wow.
ありがとう。
I mean, they're not dumb. I'm sure they know that they heard. Prince Jordo and I stand by her side. Lady Katarina looks on in confusion. Seems like they have no idea we overheard everything. Oh, I'm sure they do. Alva's not dumb. That side of her is what makes her so lovable. My rivalry for her affection burns stronger. Oh my goodness.
カタリナ様、あなたのお気持ちは尊重しますけれど、まだ当分はみんなのカタリナ様でいていただきますから。
She's more possessed than Jordo is.
なんかおかんがするのは気のせいか。
Funny. That was the end. Is it just me? I suddenly feel cold.
広がる空は見渡す限り果てない青に風も染まってどこまでもほら自由に飛んでゆけるそんな気がした何度もつねった頬を包んだ優しいぬくもりまた夢みたいで夢なら覚めないで今日がまたゆっくりと思い出に変わるこのページめくっても微笑んでしまう長い夜に星を灯すようにそっとそばにいたそばにいる愛しい人よいつまでもこのままでいたいと強く願うだけじゃもう足りないから私から抱きしめるの驚くかな高鳴ること隠さない耳が熱い同じ温度あともう少しこのままで
Well, there we are. We have finally got to the end of Ellen's route. It was a nice refresher having it different from the last two routes where they're just captured and locked up the entire time. This was very jam-packed with action and fighting and running and escaping. It's just, they're just on the run completely all the time. It was nice. Anyway, so the endings are next. There's going to be 4 of them. And hopefully we'll get a nice, cute CG between the two of them. Not that the last ones have been cute, but I'm waiting for the cute CG. I'm waiting for it. Anyway, Nicole's route's going to be next after that. I know some of you have been waiting for it. I know I have been waiting for it. So look forward to that. If you enjoyed, please drop a like down below. I'd greatly appreciate it. Subscribe for more content, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.